Hello, and welcome to Tales from the Backlog, another special Thursday night episode. And you know what that means? We got that guy over there. It's DM Scotty, or should I say regular Scotty. Regular Scotty, because tonight I am running the game. We are playing Scotty's own game, EZD6. Hello, Mia's in the chat. Hi, Mia. I love it when our own cast members are in the chat. Oh, nice shirt. Where can I buy that merch, Scotty?
Well, this is actually a one-off, so you can't buy it. But
okay, next time you're on, have a better answer.
I will have a better answer. Yes, I will have a better answer. I don't want your money.
Shadowsofarticonia.com for my merch, by the way. Mia bought one. She's the only person in history other than myself.
It's in the laundry basket. I'd be wearing it now, right?
Mine too. Yeah, so tonight we're running Scotty's game EZD6, and we are also, for the second time ever, running the TRAC playset that he's designed for it, or is designing for it, and that name is up in the air, I understand. It might be Star Voyages or something else. But you guys should understand, what it is. We're in space. Why don't we introduce our play? Matt's in the chat. He says, win all the games. Thanks, Matt. I intend to. Why don't we introduce our players? Let's go clockwise around the imaginary circle we're sitting in, starting with Scotty.
I am your captain, Jet Grayson. I am a strapping, middle-aged man of much skill and luck. I was born to an admiral, so I do have a lot to prove. And I am often swayed by a pretty face. So any of you pretty aliens that happen to come by. I am definitely inspiring to the rest of the crew. So in game terms, I can give other players cosmic karma, as we're calling it in this version of EZD6. And I can avoid bad things that happen to me. I have precognition. I'm a marksman with my phase pistol. And not this time, universe. If I take my last strike, I can roll a die. And if I get a 4+, I survive with my one strike. Because I'm that awesome. And that's your captain, Jet Grayson.
Sounds like my kids in real life. All right. Take it away, Brian.
All right. I will be playing the Masorian Inrath Kreln, a security redshirt, the Lieutenant Chief Security Officer, I suppose you'd say. Skilled in combat, both shooting and melee. Can be shooting right up there next to the captain unless they get too close, and then I get to play bouncer. Crew ability is I'm always prepared. I just have a whole lot of fancy stuff in my pack. Sometimes it's even useful. As a Masorian, of course, I have retained the ability to scale vertical surfaces, and with my brood mentality, I am never truly alone. Cold temperatures suck, though. I don't like those. Inrath is a little socially awkward, but it can be hard to blend in when you're packing 3 extra stun grenades. That's me.
Sounds good. By the way, a Masorian is a lizard alien. I imagine the Gorn. Is that what we're doing? Okay.
I accept your suggestion that I'm half a head taller than everyone else at the very least.
Security.
Yes.
You are the brute squad. Yeah.
Yes, you are the brute squad.
And I'm Mia. Oh, sorry, Steve.
Sorry.
Okay, I am playing Strepsy. She is a theologian, which is a cat person. Lieutenant Commander, Science Officer. I'm skilled in science that test and relate to understanding sci-fi phenomena and anomalies, and plenty of technobabble. My crew ability is, I guess, scientific mind. I can resist, or I think that's a special ability. I can resist mind reading and mind control. And then I also have the ability to glean info from my sensitive touch, taste, and or smell, and over sensitivity in my hearing and eyesight, loud noise, and extreme sensory input, and disorienting. So y'all keep those flashbangs to yourself.
Mia, is it possible you have a different mic selected than usual? You were breaking up a little bit there. You usually.
No. Let me see. Let me boost that a little bit. Any better or?
You sound great after I said that.
Okay, I just pushed up.
Of course.
The intro.
I just pushed up the mic feed on mine a little bit. So.
All right, great. Well, Captain Jet, is it Graydon or Grayson?
Graydon, sorry. Did I say Grayson?
Okay.
Graydon.
Yeah. Captain Jet Graydon. What is your ship?
We are the Zephyr class scout ship, the Perilous.
The Perilous. And
The Perilous.
like all Zephyr class scout ships, the Perilous is an explorer vessel off doing scientific research in an unexplored sector of the galaxy. As we meet our very bored science heroes today, they have been charting stars and watching quasar and quasar-like phenomena for several weeks with no end in sight. For indeed, you are the first ship ever to come out this far in this sector, and there are no star charts, so you're the ones making them. What do you think is going on the bridge at this time? What are you all up to?
I'm letting Strepsy do all the work, basically. I'm relaxing in my command chair. I got a cup of, the styrofoam, the graced cup styrofoam coffee that they had in the TOS. I'm sitting there sipping on that, kind of casually watching Strepsy do all the work, running around the bridge, configuring the computers, not offering to help.
Strepsy, don't forget, you have the UTR androids and the ship's prime computer to help you.
So the UTRs are universal template robots, which are kind of like little hover bots that help out the biological crew.
Yeah. Mia, I think you're muted now.
Yeah, I apologize. I have delegated some tasks to the robots. I turned to the captain and I'm like, the Zeta radiation from the pulsar is interfering with our equipment. I'll have to make a few adjustments.
Okay, the Zeta radiation.
I say, Prime, bring the ship to a halt, please.
Clarify. Sudden halt or gradual halt?
Well, I don't want to fly out of my chair, Prime, so let's bring it to a slow halt. Thank you, Prime.
Reverse thrusters. Stop some momentum. And what is Inrath up to?
I would say that Inrath is taking his third or fourth, mandatory nap of the day, just kind of setting his monitor to, his favorite channel, his Bask. Just kind of sunlight just pouring down into his seat, soaking up the rays.
You're doing this on the bridge.
That's
or
a fair
quarters.
that was more of an in my quarters kind of a thing.
No,
You're right,
can
though.
Be in your quarters. You don't all have to be on duty.
I think I'm going to say that Inrath, after a good bask, has come out of his quarters and, as he so often does, tries to help the lieutenant commander with tasks that he is less suited to and therefore slower and probably not really helping. despite his best efforts,
All right.
between the professional science officer and the army of robots.
Please monitor the hyperflux capacitors that they don't overload.
I I have a task for both of you then, Inrath, since you're helping the Lieutenant Commander. I would like each of you to roll to see how well you are currently doing at charting and recording the surrounding astro environment. So I'll have a 1d6 from Lieutenant Inrath and 2d6 from Lieutenant Commander Strepsy because you're trained in this task.
Ugh.
However, it appears that Lieutenant Inrath is in the right place at the right time to notice that this zeta radiation that's been overpowering the sensors and causing such trouble with the navigation and the star charting is suddenly increasing in magnitude many times over. It's pulsating. It's pulsating at a very powerful frequency. And as it gets heavier and heavier, Inrath, you are the first to notice that the source, which at one time was sort of a background radiation, is now becoming a more localized phenomenon and is in fact approaching the perilous.
Captain, the source of radiation is nearing the ship.
Increase shields. Did that compensate, Lieutenant?
The radiation is not harmful to humanoid life or Masurianoid life, depending on what you want to call it. And it is, but the shields are blocking it a little bit.
So it's messing with our instrumentation.
It's messing with your instrumentation, yes.
Okay. Strepsy, is there anything we can do to neutralize this problem, this inconvenience?
I might be able to modulate the phase array to in sync with the pulsating rhythm of the harmonic feedback.
Oh yeah, roll for that.
As I've heard another commander say, make it so.
Make it so. Yeah, 5 is good. Oh, I should probably roll against you, actually. I'm supposed to do this first. 5 is good, but not good enough. So, Strepsy, you attempt to pair the sensors to the frequency of the pulsating waves, but they're just so powerful that the sort of the front end of the next wave in the frequency is overlapping the previous one, and while you're trying to do this, Strepsy, what you do notice is that this localized phenomena that is approaching has been approaching faster than light, but you start to notice the wavelength of these zeta rays dropping as it slows down. There's like a blue shift happening because the approaching vessel, or whatever it is slowing down. It's dropping from light speed to sublight, and it is indeed now coming to a stop. A mere, what's a number that sounds small when they say it, but is actually huge? A mere 4,000 kilometers off the whole of the perilous, which is, a continent away, but it's really close in space terms.
So how big is this ship?
Well, at the moment, all you can read is massive amounts of zeta radiation.
Gotcha.
I'm unable to get a bead on the threat, Captain.
Of course, nobody has pointed a view screen at it.
see.
I'm waiting for on screen.
On screen. Oh yeah, sorry. Anomaly on screen.
All right, now we're talking. You see a gigantic sphere, and the thing is, you're so zoomed in on it that you actually have to zoom out a couple of times in order to tell that it's a sphere, because it is at such a massive scale, even 4,000 kilometers away, that your standard magnification can't capture it all in frame. So this thing is glowing with yellow and orange light, and the surface of it appears to be composed of hundreds of smaller spheres that are sort of flowing around and through each other across the surface of this giant sphere that's emitting all this zeta radiation. And it is clearly either controlling itself or under control, because it has slowed down and stopped in your presence.
Strepsy,
Yes, Captain.
quietly prepare the track drive in case we have to make an emergency exit.
Yes, sir. I'll make sure the track drive's hyperdimensional quantum resonators are in sync for rapid escape.
Thank you, Commander.
Alert! Hyperdimensional quantum resonators losing power.
Damn it.
That's not good. Any other systems affected?
Strepsy, you look at the screens and in the little hole to answer the captain's question, and you discover that all systems, in fact, are losing power, except for the lights and the gravity.
Captain, all systems are experiencing temporary fluctuations in their power supply. I don't think I'll be able to fix this anytime soon.
Inrath, please hail the alien ship. Or
Enrath, as you place your hail, your standard ship's hail, the view screen suddenly flickers and fills with static, and you see an image of a woman, a young, beautiful woman with blue skin and a cut on her forehead with blood trickling down in just one little line, and she's standing hunched over a console in a room. It looks like a control room, but it's been destroyed. There's rubble behind her. There's fire. There's non-determinate objects swinging from the ceiling in the background. And she says, "Hello, hello. This is Commander
yes, this is
Istet.
Captain Jet. Come in.
Can anyone hear me? This is Commander Istet of the Rossi. Please."
We hear you, yes. What
ship-
is your distress?
There's something wrong with the engines. They're blowing out. Half the crew is dead. We need help.
How many crew do you have?
I don't know anymore. There were thousands. There were thousands. And then it flickers and you lose signal.
Well, seeing as you can only hold about 100 people on the ship.
I believe, Captain,
At
the
max.
operative term is there were thousands.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, but even 1,000, we'd have to leave 90%.
100 is better than 0.
We have
Yes.
transporter technology. I'm sorry.
I don't like that. I don't like the moral implications of that. Strepsy, give me some options.
I forget. We have transporter technology, do we? Okay.
Roll for
Captain,
transporter.
yeah, Captain, we may be able to boost the memory capacity of the transporters to beam them in and hold them in stasis in a temporary state until we can find a place to offload them.
But that's dangerous. Can you maintain that, especially with this radiation that's affecting the ship?
Can't speak to the power capacity necessary, but I could certainly try and rig something up if you think it's a viable option.
We may have to do this. Can we scan the ship and see if there's how many living life forms we can find?
Strepsy, one second. Strepsy, I'll have you roll to scan the ship. You're rolling against 5.
Got a 6, yay.
Nice.
Okay, so as you sit down to your scanner console, fully expecting it to just be overwhelmed with zeta radiation again, all of a sudden the zeta radiation, for no apparent reason, clears, and you get a clear scan. What specifically did you ask her to scan for, Captain?
Life forms in particular, but any information we can glean, like the engines or any other technology that may be particularly affecting our systems.
Okay, so here's what you get. The vessel itself, as massive as it is, appears to be all composed of a solid piece of material. And that material is one that you cannot identify. It is extremely dense, extremely charged with some alien energy, which is apparently emitting these zeta waves. And you cannot spot any mechanism for locomotion or any computers or really any technology because of how dense this material is. It seems to just be magic almost to your scanners. As for life forms, you detect an intense amount of life energy over there. The scanners are not able to pinpoint individual beings, but it's a lot. There's a lot of life over there.
Can we pinpoint the commander?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
But I will say, since you rolled a 6, Strepsy, you can't pinpoint her by her life sign, but you are able to track back the source of the communication signal. So you have a general area within that sphere where she was transmitting from.
Well, you know what this means, crew. This means that the 3 of us are going to have to transport over and figure out what's going on. Of course.
Of course, but sir, what if we are unable to transport back?
That's the chance we're going to have to take. We can't let these people suffer and die without trying. They could be new allies to the United Space Service.
All right. Scattered Terrains in the chat just let us know that they were having trouble hearing me. Hopefully better now. Let me know if you please.
That's weird. I haven't had any problem hearing you.
Yeah.
There's a different volumes going to the stream and the chat. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right, let's
It is
gear
our
up.
duty to try.
Let's gear up. Prime, are you ready to take this bird over?
Query. Bird.
You know what I mean, the ship.
Yes. I am already running the ship. It is built for a
Scan your
crew of 100 and there are 3 of you.
Scan your jet slang vocabulary.
I see.
Input.
Right
Input
on,
jet
dude.
slang. Bitchin'. All right. All right, crew. Let's do this. For the United Space Service.
All right. So you guys, are you guys shuttlecrafting over or transporting over?
Doing what?
Are you taking a shuttlecraft or a transporter?
Oh, I see. Can we transport over?
You know the general area that signal came from, so you could target it with your transporter. Sensors are really spotty, so it's a bit of a crapshoot.
Okay.
But it is, of course, much faster than taking a shuttle.
Okay.
May I suggest, sir, that we try the shuttle for its increased reliability in this situation?
I understand that, but there are a couple problems. One is we may not be able to find an access point. The other is it just doesn't look as cool.
Captain, your persistence in looking the coolest in all the captains of the fleet is admirable. If you know what I'm saying. Maybe one day you'll be an admiral, but admiral. But yes, let's teleport. I think I can lock in on the location. And Prime, please boost all signature and connections through the transport to ensure our return.
So
There
boosted.
we go. There we go. NRAP, there we go. You can learn from Strepsy right there.
Without the
Always
necessary
please the
need,
captain.
yeah. Without life support necessary, we may channel energy from that to bring us back.
Sounds great.
Confirmed.
I love your lingo.
Strepsy is a baller of the first degree.
I'm sorry, did someone say a ball of string? I'm sorry, where?
To infinity and beyond.
All right.
So
is
before
it
we go,
Oh yeah.
before we go, I just want to say that you're both very valued crew members, but at this time, I think, although Strepsy, you are very valuable in what you do. I always want you to know that. I think maybe that Enrath might be a little more valuable on this mission, being the security officer he is. So I inspire you with my wonderful words, and I gain a karma, and Enrath gains a karma. Cosmic
Ooh,
karma.
all right. Thank you. Please keep me reminded about the karmas, because this is the first time I am controlling those while also running the game. No, it isn't, but it's the first time in a while.
Okay.
Inrath
There
pays
it is.
very close attention to what those words are.
Yes, I understand.
A really
understand
brilliant
the need.
speech.
Strepsy's too busy. Strepsy's too busy getting the transporter boosted. She can't hear.
If you could cry, you would.
Speaks the entire thing in native Komodo.
Native Komodo. Wow.
I say it in your native language.
It means the world, sir.
All right.
I know.
So somebody stirs the glitter, and you guys disappear from the Perilous and find yourself standing. Yes. It's exactly like that. Yes.
Let's
A
see.
small patch of catnip.
I was trying to find something white to hide me. Big enough. Yeah.
You guys find yourselves in a hallway. It is a pristine, well-lit, carpeted hallway with nice metal walls and doorways every few yards. The odd thing is you each see a hallway, but none of you see each other.
Where'd they go?
You've all been teleported.
Strepsy!
somewhere.
Enrath! Where
different.
are you?
Captain? Enrath? Damn it. I suspected
Alright.
something like this might happen with the interference.
Oh, transporter malfunction.
Well, let's have, just for yucks, let's have each of you roll 1d6 to see who gets to play their scene first.
Okay. Where's my... Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Okay. Imagine that.
Sealing the show like usual.
Well,
It's
Captain,
only
your
a photo.
shirt is actually already ripped in a perfect triangle down from the seam at the.
Damn, I got it caught on that that coat hanger.
Yeah. So
Or
when
that
you
hook.
when
Coat
you
hook.
first materialize, Captain, your precognitive senses are already buzzing at a very low level. There is something off about this whole situation, beyond the obvious of you've had a transporter malfunction and your crewmates either are somewhere else or never materialized at all. So what you see, as I said, is a series of doorways, and then the hallway curves around, out of sight in both directions.
Okay. I'm going to use my datacom unit, which is a wristband, which is communicator. It is a computer, a universal translator, all in one. First, I'm going to try to call Prime on the Perilous and see if Prime answers.
Prime here.
You hear me?
Indeed, Captain.
The rest of the crew did not transport with me. What are you scanning? Are they nearby?
I show all crew near your location.
Interesting. Strepsy, Enrath, do you read me?
You guys do.
Strepsy,
Yes,
We do,
Captain.
Captain.
We read you. Where are you?
that's a good question. We should have been all together. The Prime computer is saying that they're reading us all together.
Describe your location, Captain.
I described the whole circular hallway thing.
It's very similar to what you guys are seeing. Also a hallway that bends out of sight in both directions.
Is there any little detail that might be not normal in the hallway, like a speck of dirt on the floor or something, a marking on the door that looks different, that maybe could get a frame of reference?
Not for you. Hold on. Well, let me use the dice for this. I like using dice for things. It's for Inrath, actually. In your hallway, one of the lights is on the fritz. It's blinking. But Captain, you don't see that.
So that's an interesting difference. We're obviously not in the same place. Any hypothesis, Strepsy?
I would imagine that some sort of funky energy fluctuation in the quantum encryption may have broke our destinations and separated us. I'll try and scan the area and determine my presence in regards to yours.
Prime comes in on the comms and says, negative. Transporters have been designed to filter out all funky energy since 50 years ago.
Is there a field, perhaps, that the ship is generating? That the Prime is placing us in one place, and the ship is placing us in another.
Strepsy, why don't you roll me... Actually, I am going to roll against you. You got to beat a 5 here, Strepsy, for
You
your
can do
scan.
it.
Let me scan the area, sir.
We got an Event Horizon reference in the comments.
You could use a cosmic karma on that.
Would you like to?
Yeah, I better.
Okie dokie.
It's a little early, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess you'd have to use 2 to beat it. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you would.
Yeah, you'd have to use
Yeah,
2.
let me
I
burn.
took off
Yeah,
the
I'll burn two.
wrong beam.
Okay.
There we go. Where's your karma? There it is.
I can share my
and
karma with
click.
you guys, too.
All right. Cool. So you spin those. You get that up to a 6. Your scan reveals a few interesting details. You still are reading that single solid material as the singular component of the ship. Even the carpet reads as though it's made of this same substance. The sort of muted hotel carpet in the hallway. You read the same overpowering life signature from all directions that is difficult to pinpoint into single individuals. So there are probably so many people here that you'll never pinpoint a single individual, including your captain and the lieutenant. You are not able to read the comm signal, even though you're using it. It's not showing up on your scanner. And the captain's suggestion that some kind of field was present that threw off your transporter lock. No, not that you can identify as such, but there is still a very powerful field of zeta radiation everywhere.
In Wrath.
Yes, Captain.
While Strepsy and I are checking things out, I suggest you move around and see what if you can find anyone or any clues.
Affirmative.
Copy?
Yeah, let's move over to Enrath. Enrath, what do you think you would do? Are you going to choose a direction in the hallway to walk, or are you going to try some doors?
Inrath approaches the door nearest the Fritzy light.
Okay. Being a cold-blooded being, as you are, you detect before you even reach the door, while you're still a few steps away, there is heat coming from it. There's warmth from inside this door. It is not heat that will burn. It is just a nice, pleasant warmth. Perhaps it would be unpleasant to the captain or to Strepsy, but to you it's fine.
Open door.
It makes that exact sound. And inside the room, you see an interesting sight. It's a sauna in here. There's an actual like grotto built into the ship out of stone. There's a bubbling hot spring in the middle. There is moss growing around. It's that blue lichen that your people like to lick off the stones while they bask in the hot springs. And sitting right on the center boulder in the middle of the room is a little creature, a little reptilian. Your people call it a Wamoto. It's dog-sized, and it has red scales, and it looks exactly like your childhood pet.
Inrath slowly backs out of the room and then lets the doors close.
The doors do not close. The doors stay open.
One of us. Come join us.
What was the name of your
You're one of
childhood
us.
pet there, Enrath? Your pet Wamoto.
My pet Wamoto was named very, very difficult for any non-native speakers to pronounce. It roughly translates to Spot.
Okay. Well, Spot watches you as you step away, and you can see, even though he's completely immobile in his, skeleton. His eyeball on that side tracks as you walk. And there's just so much emotion in that little scale-covered eyeball.
Oh.
Door close.
It's almost that exact noise.
Captain, I've discovered something strange.
Yes. What? What?
His name is difficult to pronounce in common, but Inrath proceeds to tell a very non-poetic Sparks Notes version of the beautiful nostalgia bomb he just experienced.
Oh, yes. Interesting. Have you tried another door? Maybe one facing out. Like the hallway is kind of, it seems to be a circle to the center of the ship. Maybe if you try on the opposite, are there doors on the opposite side of the hallway?
Yeah, there are doors on both sides, yes.
Perhaps you can try one of those doors.
Affirmative.
And then report back.
Okay. Let's cut over to see what Strepsy's up to.
I am a little perplexed as to what is going on. I continue to try and scan the area, and if there are any doors, I might also approach one.
Yeah, there are doors. Now, given what your captain said, which I assume you transmitted to both of them, is that right? Given what the captain said, are you going to try one on the inside or outside of the curve?
Enrith just tried one on the outside of the curve.
We decided after the fact that he tried one on the inside, so
okay.
He's been asked to try one on the outside.
So you took one on the inner wall. I'll try one on the outer wall. One moment, sir, while I check what's going on here.
Strepsy, this situation seems to avoid logic. Logic does not seem to work here. You're going to have to think outside of your scientific discipline. I have a suggestion. I hope this is not distasteful to you, my friend. Use all your senses to see what you can discover. Ignore your instruments. Use your senses. Bask in your senses. See what you can uncover with that gut in your gut feeling. See what you can find.
Okay. I hold my head back in the air and sniff at the air, and I'm going to take my hand and like run it along the wall to see if I feel any weird anomalies and such. And if I do not know or taste, smell, or I might actually lick the wall to get a sense of its material.
Yeah, you can. You have an extreme taste too, right? You can. Yeah, you can.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
You know, Captain, I'm not fond of licking or touching things due to the possibility of overwhelming my senses, but I'll do as you recommend, sir.
Well,
Understood, Commander.
Fortunately, Strepsy, this hallway is pristine, very clean. There's no dust or grime or anything. What you do detect is the wall is perfectly smooth, and as you move closer to the doorway that you have chosen to look into, you experience the opposite of what Inrath felt. It's actually, the wall is getting colder as you get closer to that doorway. It's very faint. If a human were to run his hand along the wall, he probably wouldn't be able to tell. But the temperature is lower by the doorway than it is further away.
Sir, I am sensing a temperature variation within just a matter of inches along the wall space here.
Interesting, because Enrath mentioned the opposite.
It feels colder.
Interesting. Are your senses telling you that this place is what we see it to be?
It feels very real. In fact, it's very well made, sir. There's no blemishes at all in the structure of the wall itself. It is smooth beyond understanding.
So it's not an illusion.
I don't think so, sir. Unless we have been beamed someplace else and are now trapped in a matrix of some sort.
Wouldn't be the first time that's happened to space service personnel.
Strepsy, you've been to the mirror universe, and this doesn't smell like that.
Yeah, this does not. It does not have that kind of electrical wiring smell that you might smell as the wires ionize the air.
Yeah, their ships are powered.
In the Matrix.
Their ships are powered by a guy whipping greyhounds on a treadmill.
I shall open the door and see what's inside.
Strepsy, as soon as the door opens, you are hit with a... Sorry, I know that's an odd turn of phrase for a rabble-rouser. You are exposed to a huge array of prismatic lights sparkling through the air. And as you are overwhelmed momentarily, not to any serious detriment, as your eyes adjust, you see that you are looking into a room that is filled with crystalline structures, perfectly clear crystals, and they definitely are cool temperature-wise. And some of them seem to be forming an array of computer consoles that are active and are displaying these very bright, extremely easy to interpret symbologically displays in the air above the crystals. The walls are coated with crystals. The instruments in the room are made of crystals. Everything is sparkling and giving off what looks like, you know, if you were only to glance at it, just reflections, just prismatic reflections of the light passing through the crystals. But you can see that it's displaying computer information.
Well, Captain, I have found a room of crystalline structures that seem to be emitting technical data. Let me examine that closer.
Can you decipher it?
I'll see what I can sort out.
This whole room is full of the shiniest of things.
I pull out my eye protection so as not to be overwhelmed.
Excellent. Hey, aren't those your cyberpunk glasses?
They are.
We're
My
supposed
yellow
to buy
lenses
new cosplay props for every game.
Well, dang it. I have some yellow lenses, like blue blockers over there. I could get those.
No, that's fine. Just don't go.
Excuse me one moment.
Yeah, excuse me one moment.
Yeah, you go look at the display, and you go look at the display. There are several displays located throughout the room, but going to the closest one, you see it's actually displaying a schematic of the, well, I shouldn't say schematic, but a diagram of the map of the inside of the ship. And it is, as the captain suggested, a series of spirals going around, and they actually tighten towards the center and widen out towards the edge. So theoretically, going inward on any hallway should get you to the center.
We'll relate that to the captain. It's like, this is a very odd structure. I mean, the vastness of this ship is mind-blowing, sir.
Interesting. So do we think if we just kind of kept going in that we could all meet?
Yes. But each of you would have to determine for yourself which direction that is, because the scale of these spirals is such that you can't tell by looking which way is tightening and which way is widening out.
Oh, I see. I see. Can I open the door near me?
Yes.
Okay. How does it feel?
You notice nothing in terms of temperature or any other tactile sensation. You notice nothing particular about the door.
Okay, because since I'm aware, cognizant of what they've encountered, I'm checking it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting. So I kind of lean against the door, and I'm thinking of the commander in my mind. Like, I'm picturing the commander, like every detail I can muster in our short exchange. I'm thinking of the commander in my mind, and like projecting my thoughts just ahead, like trying to project my thoughts just ahead of me. Now, granted, I don't have any kind of mental powers or anything, but I got a hypothesis. So I open the door, or I try to.
Scarcely have the doors finished opening, then a female form slumps against you and grabs onto your shoulders to support herself. It is the blue-skinned Commander Istet, out of breath in a torn uniform, breathing heavily, saying, "Captain Chet, you've come. How did you find us here?"
Is she speaking Galactic, or is she being translated by my universal translator?
Well, as always, it's utterly impossible to tell.
That's right, because all humanoids speak the same, right? They all speak English.
No, she's being translated. As soon as you think to ask that question, you can look down and see that your translator is active.
Okay. It's all right. Is there anywhere to sit down?
Yeah, you are on that bridge, that control room that you saw in the communications video that you had.
Interesting.
And it's wrecked. It's destroyed.
Yeah.
It's on fire. Outside, the hallway was pristine, but in here, there are chairs. It's a command center. There's dead bodies around, and Istet is the only one alive.
Let's. Well, I decide to leave. I think we probably should sit here with all their dead crew, right? So I take her outside the door, propping her up, and then I kind of help her sit down, like kind of slide down, put our backs against the wall, in like sitting position.
Okay.
Yeah. So just rest a minute.
How did you find the control center?
We really don't know.
Well, where is your shuttle? We must escape.
We transported over. Do you have things such as transporters?
We do. They haven't been working for 60 or 70 years.
How long have you been on this ship?
I have always been on the ship, and my mother and my mother's mother. This is our home. But we do not know how to fix the transporters.
So this is a generational ship.
I suppose you could call it that. We built it when our planet was dying, but those who know how to repair it are long gone.
Is there an auxiliary control center that you have?
In the center. If we wish to take control of the ship again, we must get there, but I don't know how. I don't know how to repair what is broken. This is what happened is that the power source of our vessel got out of containment and began to destroy power conduits everywhere. My whole command staff is dead, as you saw.
Do you have any other technicians that you know of?
You see her face kind of look confused for a minute, like she doesn't know what you're talking about.
People that repair broken objects, broken things.
We have some, but internal communications have been down for some time. I don't know where everyone is. Most of the people who live here are civilians.
Do you know why, when my crew and I transported over, that we transported to different areas of the ship?
I can only assume that the transporter device you used is erratic and unreliable. You transported correctly. You landed right outside the control center, which I assume was your goal.
It was the goal. But my crew have been lost in your ship.
Do you have communication with them?
I do.
Well, if they can make their way to the center, we can meet them there.
Okay, so a quick relay of the information. Is it something that you both think you can do?
With the diagram of the ship, can I determine whether left or right will spiral inward once, depending on the outer curvature of the wall?
Yeah, with the information that's currently right in front of you, it's very easy for you to decide that right is the way to go for you.
Okay. Right.
How large?
Inrest, I am unsure.
How how large are the rooms coming off the hall?
Are you asking me or are you asking Strepsy?
I'm asking Strepsy because she has the diagrams. What he's wondering is if we have this vast ship, then the only way to get in is to do like this. The next question would be, how long does it take, assuming you choose the right direction, to go around?
Good
By
question.
contrast, if you're going in through the doors, are these like little nooks, or do they go more directly inward?
Yeah, like a central passageway. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like a spokes on a wheel, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the sauna it could have easily housed a good dozen people comfortably basking.
Right, and he's seen one.
Yeah.
But he's asking if there
Like
are the
hallways.
rooms. Are the rooms always just little closets, or are they? I've seen the movie Labyrinth. Damn it! Sometimes it takes you all the way through.
Yeah.
Right. There's one pass, right? That takes you.
Strepsy, if you want to roll for it, you can maybe interact with this crystal computer and try to get some information to help Inrath.
Okay. I will attempt to interface with the systems and see if I can't find a shorter route to the center. One moment.
I'm just going to roll 1 against you. Oh, I've rolled a 1. Just
Oh.
don't roll a 1, and you're good. Oh, you rolled 4. Is that your roll right there? The one.
Nope,
the one
I
with
haven't
4?
rolled yet.
Oh.
I haven't rolled yet. Does it sound like a xylophone when it speaks?
The crystal computer. It
Or
doesn't
tapping
speak.
a crystal, like when you
Yeah.
tap a
Oh, yeah.
crystal?
It sounds like that all the time. It's like that's just in the room. Yeah. There's
Those
just
weird
wind chimes.
harmonics echoing about.
Yeah. Wind chimes coming from nowhere and everywhere at once. Yes. Okay, yeah. So with a 4 against the R's 1, you are able to get not only the exact information Inrath asks for, which is that the rooms on the interior side of each hallway get smaller as you go towards the center. So it's a minuscule from one room to the next, but if you have any sort of precise measuring device, you could perhaps determine which way is which by measuring the size of the rooms. Yeah, so there's that. There is also, Strepsy, Well, first of all, the spirals, as I mentioned, are vast in scale. You remember the sphere when you saw it from outside, you had to zoom out twice to fit the whole thing in the view screen, and that's from 4,000 kilometers away. So it might take a while, but Strepsy, what you determine is that there are shortcuts perhaps to be made by going through certain rooms that have connecting doors to the next spiral in. But it's not a straight line. You would have to stay here and map it out for them.
Okay. I can try and guide you from here if you can give me a description and a scale of rooms as you proceed. But I guess I will be here while you're there. I'm not sure how I'll be able to help with their technical problems if I'm stuck here.
Right.
Captain, while you're pondering that, and Commander Istet is leaning her head heavily on your shoulder, your communicator pings its prime back on the ship. Captain,
Yes, Prime.
we are being approached by a Vorgris vessel.
Crap.
The communication is coming through staticky as well.
Okay, full defensive posture. Bring the ship around to the opposite side of the ship that we're on, and try to maintain distance on the opposite side as it approaches.
Zeta radiation disruption has drained all power from engines. Vorgris vessel now in firing range.
That is not good.
Strepsy, you're hearing this as well, and if you would like to do anything with the computers, you're the person who has them.
Is there anything we can do?
I may be able to recalibrate the hyperdimensional resonators on our ship from here if I can get a clear signal and repower the engines.
Is there some kind of tractor drive? Perhaps you could pull the ship around.
Let me see if I can find some sort of tractor drive or such.
Beat a 5.
Oh, God. Quit rolling high.
I rolled a 1 last time.
Crap. I don't have enough karma. Let me...
I'll give you the karma.
Okay. How many are you giving her?
How many you need? 2?
I need 2 and I have 1 left, so you
I'll
can
give
give
you
me
2.
1.
I'll give you
okay.
2.
Okay.
All right.
I'll use
so
those
you can
2.
Spend Scotty's 2 to make that a 6. You do find that there is a tractor beam, and you successfully grab the ship. The name of your ship I keep forgetting.
Perilous.
The Perilous. Thank you.
It's in peril.
It's in peril. Yeah.
Yeah. And you grab it, and you start to pull it, and you see on the sensors I'm sorry, I didn't ask. I just went with the last thing that was said, but do you want to reboot the engines or do you want to use the tractor beam?
Use the tractor.
Okay. Yeah, we'll use the tractor beam. There's no way for me to reboot the engines from here, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, you cannot pull the ship with a tractor beam at FTL speeds, but you can pull it faster than the Vorgris can shoot. And you do see on the sensors this huge Vorgris war cruiser, the kind of ships that would destroy multiple USS vessels in the war. And it's bearing down just on the Perilous, completely ignoring this gigantic sphere. So you you got a 6 on your roll, so you're able to utilize the tractor beam to sort of simulate rudimentary evasive maneuvers with the Perilous as you try desperately to pull it around the sphere and out of line of fire of the Vorgris vessel. But this is now going to be occupying all your attention for a while.
What I'm hoping is that the radiation that affected us will begin to deteriorate the Vorgris systems because they are less shielded than ours. The Zephyr class have heavy shielding because
I'm gonna roll
of the
to see if that's
drive.
bullshit.
So hopefully it will degrade their lesser protected systems.
Yes, and meanwhile, Enrath, I cannot help you find your path forward as I am protecting the Perilous.
I will endeavor to make do.
All right.
Steve,
So
was it bullshit?
It was not. It was not bullshit. The Vorgris vessel is less shielded.
Are you taking
Vorgris disdain for shields is well known.
Are you taking your pet with you?
It hasn't been my turn for a minute, so I'm waiting for.
Yeah, well, we're on you now. Last I heard, you had closed the door on Spot.
Inrath has had time to process all of the information that he's heard from everybody to realize that the ship is in mortal peril and that it's possible that there's going to be a very, very, very long slog through the hallway. Door open.
The door opens. You see.
Come on.
This is his walking speed.
Just plucks him up, puts him on his like cartoonishly wide shoulders, and sets off down the hall.
All right. Yeah. So you will have to open doors and measure rooms to determine if you're going the correct direction.
So, what do I need to? What does Inrath need? What do I need to roll for Inrath's bulging pack that he always over prepares to have his metometer?
I'm gonna set it at. I'm gonna set it at a 2 because that feels like a pretty standard thing to bring on an away mission. If you, there you go. You've got your what do you call it? A metometer.
It's a meter. It measures meters.
I thought it was measuring meat.
It's a pedometer.
How many steaks can fit in this room?
Meatometer, right?
Biggest pork chop I've ever seen.
I like meat.
Yeah, you've got it.
He basically searches his pack and pulls out what looks a little bit like a tape measure with neon lights.
Yeah,
Measures.
you can just hold it out and press a button and the things will shoot out both sides.
And so, yeah, he's measuring. First thing he wants to do is figure out if each room, like, what does he see in subsequent rooms? Because so far we have 2 data points. One is a really unrealistically pointed nostalgia bomb, and the other is an amazing crystal computer, which, despite not being the fastest person on the ship, Enrath can't help but think might be his crewmates' like version of an awesome room to come from.
Well, there's also the wrecked command center with the damsel in distress in it.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, so I assume that you're going to open another room on the interior, since that's where you have to measure to get the shrinking dimensions. Although now that I say that, it could probably work on either side. But yeah, you open a door and you see a another blue person, apparently of the same race as the commander that you spoke to before, or that the captain spoke to. This one is male, as far as you can tell, and I mean, you're a lizard, you know.
All those
humans.
mammals look the same.
Who
right?
can tell? Who can tell with these mammals? But he's sitting. He's sitting in what looks like perhaps his quarters. There's a bed. There's a little table and some chairs. There's a like little sub room off to the side. He looks up as you open the door and says, "Oh, do you want hello?"
One moment. He pulls out his metometer and he measures the room. In a very socially awkward fashion.
He watches you do it.
Boom, boom, boom.
And when you came in, he kind of half stood up, and he's still in that position. Like, he doesn't know whether to sit down or stand the rest of the way up. And he just watches you with your laser tape measure. And can I help you?
Do you know if your room is slightly smaller than the room next to it?
Yes.
That room next to it?
That room next to it is 4 microns narrower than this room.
My brain is melting.
And on the other way, it's 6 microns wider. Why is it 4 one way and 6 the other way? That's crazy.
He checks his metometer to make sure that it verifies the information he was just given.
It does.
My name is Inra, security officer of the Perilous. And
My name is Drox, guy who lives in this room.
do you know the fastest way to the center of the ship?
What ship? Oh, this ship, the one we're on.
He kind of has a moment where his eyes just kind of chameleon a little bit.
Yes.
No. But I can get you a map.
Oh.
Yes, please.
He turns around and grabs a little pad. Here.
Are you familiar with Commander Istet?
Yeah. I saw her once. Not like, I mean, we didn't talk. We were both at the same restaurant. But she was, well, eating.
Do you want to repeat the experience?
Yes.
Come with me.
Oh, wait. Are you invading the ship? I heard some explosions earlier.
Very casually.
He turns and takes on this very obviously fabricated casual stance designed to comfort small children, which he can do because the guy is half kneeling and he's 7 feet tall,
No, he has stood up at this point. He had to go get the pad.
which he can do because he's 7 feet tall.
No.
All right. It's just you're an alien, or what? I mean, to me, I mean, I guess I'm an alien. Where are you from?
Oh, your favorite thing, small talk.
I'm from the Perilous. Where are you from?
Over there.
About as much information as I gave you. Come on.
Okay.
He answers no more questions and he just walks out the door.
Okay.
What's Spot do?
Oh, Spot has fallen asleep on Inrath's shoulders.
Unless the map told him to cut deeper through that little side room, he's out, and Drox can follow him if he wants.
Yeah, now that you have a map from Drox, the map is able to guide you to some of these shortcuts that Strepsy was seeing. Captain, we haven't checked in with your situation for a while. We last left you sitting on the floor with Commander Istet.
Yeah.
She is able to guide you to the center as well.
Okay.
So at this point, Strepsy is still doing the tractor beam thing, but she does have a map when she needs it. Inrath has a map, and you have the captain. Or the commander.
Yeah. So I ask everybody their status. But I say, Strepsy, I have an idea. It might be asking a little much of you.
I'm accustomed to these requests, Captain.
You say while
Sorry,
piloting
but
a
this
ship
is the last
remotely with a
time I'll
tractor
ever
beam.
ask you for something this extreme.
It is my job. Please do not cease your request.
I have a crazy idea.
When aren't they?
Can you bring the Perilous belly to hull with this ship, and reactivate the track drive, channel energy from this ship into the track drive, create a bubble large enough to dimension jump this entire ship back into our core space? I know this is a little much.
You know, these crystalline structures are emitting this low-level hum that is calming my senses, so I feel very focused on this task. I will do what I can.
Okay, this is going to be a multi-step process. First, you have to get the ship's belly against the sphere while piloting it with a tractor beam and evading Vorgris fire. So that's
Okay.
obviously going to be 3
shit.
dice to oppose you.
Okay, so
My,
while Strepsy is getting ready to do this, I'm like, Strepsy, we've known each other for several years now. I know you can do this. You can pull this off. This is the thing that this is the mission. This will bring you and me the glory that I desire within the fleet if you can pull this off. And I will take you with me in whatever capacity this crazy maneuver brings. So
You know what?
Right.
yada
I
yada
just-
yada,
yeah.
inspiration. So I'm giving Strepsy a cosmic karma and myself one.
Okay, I forgot to give you one. Yeah, I
I'm
just
going to
gave
pull out my
Strepsy
little bag
yours.
of catnip and smash it against my face a couple times to clear my head.
And I'm doing
Just
this little
doing
thing
drugs
with my,
on duty.
and I'm doing this thing with my voice. You know, like Strepsy has like with that extreme senses, Strepsy has like the major like ASMR, so I can do like I do like this kind of little growl or purr that like vibrates like Strepsy's
Fantastic.
senses.
I will not be one of your responses.
I think there's a reason that Imrath was in another room.
So it gets Strepsy a little high. It's not like whoa, I'm whacked out, right? But it's a little buzz, right? It gives Strepsy a little buzz,
right.
and inspires Strepsy to great feats of whatever this plan is. Okay.
All right.
This
Well,
elaborate team to save us all. All right.
I've already rolled a 4 on the sort of I guess it's a piloting check, but it's really the tractor beam piloting. So you will get a boon to this because we're going to call it, a science task, even though it's barely that. But yeah,
Thank you.
you can roll to beat that 4.
So just 2 dice still. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my straight science skill.
Oh,
Booty. Oh my God.
damn.
Okay.
Well, just as you are bringing it in, there
Can I
is
pull a hero dice out.
Use your hero die. Use your hero
Yeah, I'm
die.
gonna jank my hero dice.
Oh, really? Okay.
Uh,
There you. Wait.
Oh!
Oh no!
but I get another cosmic karma, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you do actually.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh,
Well, your
man.
hero dice is
As the
gone.
perilous skids across the surface
Yeah.
of the sphere.
Yeah, it's taking damage like you wouldn't believe. But more.
Wrath hears it on the outside of the ship.
Yeah, perhaps more terribly than it taking damage. You are no longer able to pilot it out of the way of the fire from the Vorgris vessel. So I'm going to roll, and if I get a 3 or higher, that's going to connect.
Oh!
You watch, Strepsy, as you just miss the landing, and the ship skids out of control on the surface of the sphere. And you can see on the sensors, but there's nothing you can do about it. As this disruptor blast from the Vorgris ship smacks right into the Perilous, whose shields are down from the impact and the overwhelming Zeta radiation. And all 3 of you hear over your communicators the voice of Prime saying, critical damage, and then the Perilous explodes and is
It's
no
not
more.
my fault. It's not
Ow!
my fault.
That's a bad sound.
There is
Captain,
your ship's gone, and we're going to take our break.
I was able to successfully land the ship
You
with the
bastard.
Vorgris despite on my. It's not my fault.
Yeah, and Strepsy, you just watch in horror as this Vorgris war cruiser turns away casually and zips off back into hyperspace, and and you have no ship to go back to. So we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Fly away before my eyes.
We're going to take a 10-minute break and come back.
Okay.
Good luck, gang. We'll see you. It's 9:54 here in California. It's way later than that for the rest of you. But yeah, little stretch of the legs, and we'll come back in 10 minutes to see what becomes of the former crew of the Perilous.
It's not my fault.
You have any Enterprise to label on?
All of them so far. All of them. Did you guys watch season 3 of Picard? Yeah, well, it's not really plot central, but the Enterprise G is destroyed in the same episode. All right, gang. Yeah, I'm stepping on it. Welcome back. We are we are on board the giant sphere of mysterious origin, and the Perilous has just been destroyed by a passing Vorgris warcruiser, who apparently had no interest in the sphere. Here you guys are. Strepsy, you just failed the roll that caused this to happen. Captain, you heard it. Who's doing what?
I'm a scientist, not a pilot. Or apologies, the Vorgris goddess.
I'm leaning up against the wall. I need a moment.
And Commander Istet is with you, Captain, and she throws her arms around you and says, "Oh, Captain, I cannot imagine what it must feel like to lose your own ship. How many thousands of souls were on board?"
Luckily, there were only robots at this time.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, but the ship was dear to me. I thank you for your sympathy.
I have heard that many captains in many species love their ship like a woman.
Yes.
We do not have this in my species, Captain. What is this love?
Oh, that's loaded.
Imrath just dials
Thank
down.
you, good
And okay.
Cue the music.
This is not the first rodeo.
When I like to diplomat to other species, and seal. I like to cement
No,
our
we know.
bonds, with other species. And when we have time, I will show you this thing called love. Well, I mean, what it means.
Like,
Your comms are open, by the way.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, and Inrath, as you're walking down the hallway and this scene plays out over your comms on your wrist, Drox turns to look at you. What
I forgot to turn my comm off.
what is love?
I'm sure my captain will like to cement the lesson with
Oh,
when we
it's
reach the center.
I was going to say,
something-
show him in, Raph.
some kind of cement. Okay.
Some kind of something.
it's like bonding two things together. Yes.
the comms are still open, so Captain, you're hearing.
Oh.
Since I have no ship to protect, I will find my way to the center of the spiral.
All right, I will say that you obviously have with you some piece of technology with which you can copy down the map, and you all three now have means to find the center of the spiral.
So Istet, I offer her my hand, and then does she give me her hand?
Oh yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so we're holding hands walking
She has
towards
to
the
take
center
it
of the...
off from around your neck. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're holding hands walking towards the center of the spiral.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
She's leading
And
you
a
there.
half skipping along the way.
I guess I
let
can
me
mark off blue
check-
now.
Yeah, blue. Oh gosh,
Oh boy.
Scotty,
I'm getting deeper and deeper.
Scotty, I'm giving you a karma for that. You are. But I would like Scotty for you to, since you are distracted.
Who is this
by-
Scotty?
Oh, sorry. I would like Captain Graydon, since you are distracted by Istet, I would like you to roll for something to see whether it escapes your notice or not. You're going to need a 5 or 6 for this.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
Oh,
Yes, definitely. I am very distracted.
You're very distracted.
It's a nice shade of blue.
Although I'm going to use my hero. I'm going to use my hero die and re-roll that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm really curious. 2. Okay, never mind.
You have 4 karma.
I do.
Oh my gosh.
You don't even know what it's for, though.
No, I don't. I won't. I'll pass. I'm not gonna.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
My karma.
Yeah, so you're holding hands with Istet. Both of your clothes are torn, hers from the explosion, yours for no reason. And she's just leading you through rooms and down hallways into spiral after spiral towards the center. Inrath.
Oh, I do get a karma though.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
I already gave you an extra one, but here's one more. Inrath, you are. In fact, shouldn't Strepsy get one from crashing the ship?
Yes.
You're being led to the center, both by Drox himself and by the map Drox has given you. The form that takes is you just following the map, and every time he thinks you're about to get a turn wrong, he interrupts and stammers out the correct direction. And Strepsy, you are alone in this endeavor to reach the middle of the ship.
A little distraught.
Yeah. As you tear yourself away from the crystal computer room, you start following the directions that you copied down. You were not able to determine what these rooms are on the map because, excuse me, the language wasn't translating clearly, the written language. But you can see the route that you have to take. The next room that you open up, it seems to be some sort of storage area. And within it, you find crates and crates and crates and what looks like a teleporter pad. Cargo sized.
Okay. Do I think I can use it to teleport myself to the center of the spiral, or?
I'll have you roll. I'm just going to oppose you with 1 die here. Yeah, if you can beat that.
Not the way I've been rolling. Hey, there we go.
Hey, there you go.
All right. All right.
Well, as I believe the captain passed on to you, the teleporting technology on this vessel has been non-functional for 60 or 70 of their years. You are able to figure out how to power this thing back on. All you have to do is bypass a disrupted coupler and reverse the polarity, and it powers right up.
All right, Captain, I have found a teleportation device. I believe I've got it working. I will see you at the center of the maze.
Can you lock onto all of us?
Let me see if I can do that. One moment.
Strepsy. So your roll to power on the teleporter already gives you access with a 6 to all functions of the teleporter, including the ability to scan for targets.
Ah, sweet.
And for the first time since you've encountered this sphere, you have a fully functional set of sensors in front of you. And you are able to find Jet Graydon and Inrath Crown wandering 2 different hallways in this giant sphere. And that's it. there are no other people.
Oddly
Except
enough, sir,
yourself.
I'm only detecting our life signs, but none others. You say you were with the commander?
Yeah.
I'm
This
not
yeah.
registering her. Not registering.
She's not registering as a life sign?
Oh, wait, now she is.
There's a weird fluctuation here, but I can definitely lock on to you, sir. If you hug her tight to you, I believe I can move you both at the same time.
Istet, we're gonna have to. My science officer has managed to activate your transporters, your teleporters. So if come close to me, we can both transport together.
She's already in physical contact, but she'll move closer.
Okay. Just in case we don't want anything. We don't want anything to happen.
Okay. Yeah, are you going to teleport them to you or to the center?
I asked the captain, would you like us to group together before we all teleport to the center, or should I just send you now, sir?
Go ahead and send us now.
Okay, I will send you now.
Just in case.
Okay. And what about Inrath and Drux? Drux now is also appearing on the sensors, as is Spot.
Oh. Enrath, I see you also traveling with the companion and something very close to you, a smaller life form. Is that Spot?
After many long conversations about his home back on Masoria, it just really touches him that his friend, I keep blanking on the name, I'm sorry.
Drux?
Strepsy.
Strepsy.
It just really touches him that Strepsy would just know from the size of the life sign that's fucking Spot.
I believe it is,
No.
and that it cannot be.
Yeah.
Drock.
Must be.
Are you
Stroke it, Sprill.
are you handing me the what is it?
Yes. Just let the suction pads just,
He steps back away from them.
teleport me.
Bloop.
And are you sending Inrath to the center as well?
Yes. Directly.
All right.
There it is.
We just need
there
some
you
of
go.
that white sand.
That's
Oh
better.
my goodness! Oh my goodness! Captain, when you arrive in the secondary command module at the center of the vessel, you notice a few things that are kind of weird. First of all, you materialize like a second after Istet does. Like she's already there when you get there. Her uniform is no longer torn. She's now in a USS uniform. Your own uniform is also repaired. You're both cleaned up. And the command center you've landed in is identical to the one from the Perilous. It's exactly your command center. And as you look around and take this in for a few moments, Inrath also appears.
Captain, something strange is afoot.
Yes. Suggestions, analysis, comments.
We should wait
This-
for Strepsy.
Oh. I was going to speak as Istet. This is our secondary command center. It's a little rudimentary, but it is It is the most functional room on the ship now.
I put my hands on her shoulders and hold her tight, and I say, "This room looks exactly like our command center."
Well, all command centers look a little alike, right? There's a commander's chair, and there's
Not a
the
little
science
alike,
station.
exactly alike. See that stain on the chair? That's where I spilled my coffee a year ago.
Oh no, that's not a stain. That's a design element. Strepsy, are you transporting yourself in as well?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Strepsy, you appear, and you see the same as the rest of them.
Oh, this phenomenon defies conventional scientific explanation, sir. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Well, crew, I need an explanation. What is happening? What the hell is happening? Channeling TOS there.
Before any of you can respond to the captain, or before the entire crew of 2 can respond to the captain, a little ping goes off, and it's one of those ones that goes. That's coming from your station, Inrath. The tactical station. The Vorgris are back. They're not only back.
The same ship?
No. The same ship plus several others, and they have beamed aboard, and are at this moment charging down nearby hallway towards this secondary command room.
Enemy contact imminent, Captain. The Vorgris.
Lock the bulkhead. Secure the bulkhead.
Okay. It locks.
Strepsy, release the gas into the rest of the ship.
Okay.
The gas. Istet says, wait, what about my people?
Emergency plan 2B, A.
It is only a tranquilizer that will temporarily put them to sleep.
It'll give us some time, though.
Yes. And I would hypothesize. Sorry.
What were you going to say? Go ahead.
Oh, I would hypothesize there may be a low-level psychic field that is reading our minds, Captain. We may be able to use that to our advantage.
How so?
Maybe we can create an adversary in the hallway for the Vorgris to battle if the gas does not affect them. As we
You're saying if we all imagine
all the people that we could put between us and them.
Inrath, you get another alert. The gas is having no effect on the Vorgris. It seems that their encounter suits have been improved to filter out the USS nerve gas.
Oh, it wouldn't hurt them. They're in power suits. Right.
Inrath is passing this along. He's readying his sidearm, looking the look, living security red shirt life. But in the back of his head, he's listened to what Strepsy has said, and he's reflecting just really venomously about all of the negative Vorgris stereotypes he knows about. They're really uncoordinated. They don't shield themselves properly. He's known since he was like the size of Spot that he could take 3 of them in a fight, no problem. When you get close, when you're not like pumping them up because of their power suits, they're really quite frail and ridiculous.
And at that moment, you hear as Vorgris after Vorgris body slams into the locked door from the other side. And they're very strong. They're denting it and breaking through. They're going to be in here in just a few seconds.
Damn.
They're throwing themselves at the door like they don't have any technology at their disposal at all. But it's working.
All right, crew. Grab your phaser and defend yourselves.
The opposite door. There's 2 doors near the view screen side of the command module. They both open up, and several more of these blue people run in red USS uniforms and take up positions around the command console to defend you guys.
Full survival mode for NRAT. He tried the sci-fi bullshit. It's just like, great.
I
got
envision a
full-
laser grid in the hallway outside. Yeah.
Lieutenant Enrath, how would you like us positioned, sir?
Delta formation.
They fall into Delta formation. That means there's 2 of them crouched behind the helmsman console.
How do they know?
Yeah, they know. They do perfect Delta formation. Everyone has a different cover point and perfect line of fire on that door. And what is Strepsy doing right now?
I would think maybe using the internal scanners or maybe try and raise shields to prevent any more coming aboard of some sort, and using internal scanners to determine exactly how many are out there.
Beat that 2, please. You get a boon.
It'd be really sad not. It would be sad not to. I will burn a karma for that. Yeah.
I thought you might.
Bye-bye cosmic karma. Thanks for those, Captain. I needed them.
When you go to scan the outside for a second, there are no Vorgris ships out there. And then they're back on scanners.
Istet, what is this? Are you doing this?
What do you mean?
We're back on our ship with the enemies of the United Space Service. This doesn't make any sense. What is happening?
This is your ship now. You live here. There's more banging against the door. It's bending in further.
Can you stop this?
We must fight the Vorgris, Captain. It's our duty.
It is our duty, but we want to avoid conflict by any means possible, unless there's nothing we can do about it. We don't want to initiate a war or battle with the Vorgris.
What? I don't understand. They're your enemies.
They are our enemies, yes. And they don't play by our rules. But I'm against killing. I don't want to kill anyone, not even a Vorgris. Please.
But they're breaking into the control center, Captain.
I understand that. So I tell everybody to put their phasers down.
We're here on a diplomatic rescue mission.
So I'm going to stand by the door and wait for them to come in.
The red shirts hesitantly obey.
I look kind of over at Inrath like, okay. Like,
It just gives you the one eye roll that he does every time a human does something.
it's like, the captain's always right?
Captain, as you stand there, fists on your hips, I'm sure, in front of the doorway as it's being battered down.
Yeah.
You see Istek looking at you in a panic and looking at the door and looking around at the red shirts, and bang, the door dents in again. Bang, it's getting louder. It's just about to fly off its hinges. Are you going to stay standing right there?
Yes, we're not going to play this game.
Bang! The doors fly open, and they're coming right towards you, and then phew, mist. There are no doors. And standing in the doorway is not a huge squad of Vorgris warriors, but Istet, who a second ago was over there. And she says, I thought if it was familiar, it would be more comfortable for you.
I'm sorry if this is what seems familiar to you. We have had conflict, yes, but it is not our desired way to operate. We wish a galaxy of peace, not war.
The Vorgris weren't here for that. I just thought when you lost your ship, I thought it would help you to have a new place to defend.
Did we really lose our ship?
No. It's just been so long since I've had a crew. I didn't want to be alone again. And Inrath and Strepsy, you notice that, of course, the red shirts are gone. And the room in which you stand is no longer the bridge of the Perilous, but it's a cavernous orange, cavern. Filled with glowing yellow and orange lights, similar to what the sphere looked like from the outside.
Istek, come with us. Come stay with us. We can train you. You can be part of our crew.
You don't understand.
You'll never have to be lonely again.
There is no Istet. There is only the Rossi. And Istet also fades away into mist.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Captain.
She was special.
A glowing sphere hangs in the air about where Istet's eye level was. It's yellow, and it pulses as her voice comes out of it. My people died thousands of years ago. My purpose was to sustain them, and I failed. I sought only a new crew to serve.
Come with us.
I am very big. I cannot fit on your ship.
Oh, I see.
So you're saying we are inside you? Is
Check
all of
your-
this you?
Check your scanner, Lieutenant Commander Strepsy.
Oh, that's why the life force was so overwhelming.
And again, you read overwhelming life signs from every direction around you. You are inside a gigantic living being. An
Oh, cool.
organic biological ship floating through space for eons without a crew.
Oh, so Istep is a ship.
Yeah, Istet was a character invented by the Rossi, which is the name of the
okay,
ship.
okay.
Yeah.
You
Was
are very
Istet
impressive.
an actual person on the ship?
Are you asking the Rossi that question?
Yeah.
Istet was the name of one of my commanders past. Her image was drawn from a conglomeration of your preferences.
Eye roll.
I shall remember her, and I look at my datacom, and I have like a holographic representation of her that spins around.
As was Drox.
You shall be remembered. Mwah.
I have heard it said over open comms that some human captains love their ship like a woman.
Yes, we do.
At that time, the comms open up, and you hear Prime's voice saying, "Captain, Captain, are you there?"
I wipe a huge bead of non-sweat off my forehead.
I've been trying to reach you since you transported over.
My ears twitch back.
Everything is everything is fine here. Hold, please.
I've been holding. It's been so boring.
Hold some more. All right.
I wish I'd never developed sentience.
Beep. Stretzy, we're gonna have to give that AI an overhaul when we get back.
Absolutely.
It's getting too big for his britches. All right. All right. So, come with us. Come with us, and join the space service. We can populate you with a new crew. You can take them to places unknown to us, places that you may know of that we don't. You can be full of life again.
I know many places and many peoples. I have wandered the galaxy for 1,000,000 of your years. The last several thousand have been without a crew, but before that, they were all with me.
You don't have to be lonely anymore.
You are saying I would be welcome in USS space?
Yes, you would.
And what about
You'd be a
my
great
ability?
asset.
What about my ability to project illusions into people's minds? Is this something that makes your people uncomfortable? You seem to object to it.
It does, yes. We would ask that you yes, Enrath.
It is a volitional thing. Some people pay good money for that.
Well, we don't use money in the USS.
There are dark corners of my Soria.
Where only credits are accepted.
Although I was
yeah.
going to say, Captain, with the experience of this ship, it may be beneficial for it to interact with us in humanoid form.
Interesting. Yes.
Istet shimmers back into existence.
This could be a huge boon to us. Knowledge, learning, understanding.
I have only one request.
Yes.
Will one of you stay with me here while we travel back to core space?
Yes.
She turns into Drox.
The spot tucked under his arm.
Thanks. Yeah.
These mammals are confusing,
Oh, tell me about it.
and I have great respect for my captain and my colleague. But with what you have told us,
Right.
I think there is something that my culture can bestow to you. You see, Lithorians are never lonely. There's a mindset, cultural philosophy. We will have time to talk about it on our way back. to friendly space.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I do hate being lonely. Well, it's like being hungry, but more.
I had 37 brothers and sisters.
Oh, that's weird. I had none.
We'll find a middle ground.
Oh. All right. Do you want me to be blue, or I could be like a Masaurian, or what do you think? If I was blue people at first because you were explorers, and I thought you'd want to meet someone new.
I don't, in the interest of the future, most people feel. So yeah, Inrath is having a bit of trouble with that social awkwardness thing. These are very complicated ideas to translate. It's like, pick a face. That will be yours.
Oh, okay. I'll just stick with this one.
I think Inrath is the perfect person to represent the United Space Service.
And Drox is the perfect person to represent the ship. All right, guys. Well, you have solved the mystery of the Rossi. There never were any Vorgris. There never was an attack on the Perilous. There never was an Istet, a Drox, or a Spot. But you have made contact with a new life form, and thus you have won Star Trek. I mean, TRAC.
Yeah. Let's watch that copyright infringement.
Yeah. Great work, guys. That took. I think, Scotty. I think you were onto it early.
Yeah.
But yeah. You guys are lucky it went this way. There was a period in time where I was thinking that the ship itself was an illusion, but then I couldn't figure out who was projecting it or how you would live through beaming onto it.
Yeah. No, I like what you did. It's very Star Trek.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very Star Trek.
Yeah, as soon as Spot appeared, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Wait a minute, something's going on here.
Something's going on.
Well, it's like
but between our 3 crew members, Strepsy's like the only competent person.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some bad luck, though.
Yeah. There was definitely a little Zap Brannigan mixed into Jet Graydon.
Yeah, especially the only person of one of us that can attempt any of these things, but like.
Well, it's why the captain gives all the orders to her.
Right.
That's true.
You're neither showboating, nor do you have a specialty that is completely meaningless in 99.9% of explorations.
I was really trying to get some Vorgers through the door so we could have a little bit of combat, but you guys just were like, nah, this is fake. This shit is fake. We're not fighting.
Yeah, I was like, this is totally what this captain would do. That's
Yeah,
totally
you're
what a Star
right.
Trek captain
I
would do.
believe your move at the end there is what any of the Starfleet captains we have ever seen would do. That's the move, to just be like,
Yep.
Nope. Also, Riker did that once.
Right. Yeah, he did. He did.
I was fully in support of it because I agree that is exactly what all of the captains and leadership figures would have done. But it was also interesting coming at it from Worf's point of view.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm finally gonna. Oh no!
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, we're gonna have a combat. Sweet.
Sweet.
Liabilities can actually. Oh, okay.
I can at least promise violence of some sort in next week's game. for those watching, we are going to extend my hubris yet farther. For next week, I will be running Survive the Night for its creator, who is down there. It's Brian Crenshaw. With this same group of people, plus my wife, Sarah, will be joining us for that.
Awesome.
She had a different game tonight elsewhere, or she would have been here too. Yeah, so it just it was a thing that occurred to me. I got two friends who can only come to this show when it's not Monday, and they've both written games, and I should run their own games for them. And that's what we're doing.
Yes, thank you.
It was a lot of fun.
It
Yeah.
was. It was.
Well, thank
It
you
was.
guys for playing. This was a blast.
Yeah, thanks for setting this up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
I love this. And thank you, Mia, as well, for joining us as usual. And yeah,
Yes,
tomorrow
thank you
night.
so much, Mia.
Always. I'm always there for you all.
Thank you. We love
Tomorrow
having you
night
here.
is episode 4 of Shadows of Arconia Campaign 2. Following that, we're going to have 5 Fridays off from that campaign in a row. We'll be playing Godless for 2 weeks, and then we'll return to Cyberpunk Red for 3 weeks before finally getting back to our main campaign. On Monday, we have Frontier Scum, right, Mia? That got pushed from this past
Yes,
Monday.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that. That might be just me and Jason as players. Hopefully we can get a couple more people to sign up. We'll see. And then, yeah, like next Thursday, Survive the Night, like I said. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, everybody. Happy gaming.
Thanks for joining us. Definitely.